Welcome back to the Sweat Factory. My name's Shane. It's Dr. Ric.
It's hot and very manly in here.
Oh man, yeah. Just don't look under our pits. We should be good. We're going to do a shootout between a whole bunch of different overdrive and distortion pedals that we've got here at the house. Some of these were sent in, some we purchased, and some I've had for years and years. And I thought, why not? It's been a while, so
absolutely.
Dr. Ric's got his lovely Gibson with us. What are you playing?
Yeah, this is a VOS R8, so it's a 1958 reissue. Big, thick, clubby neck, custom bucket pickups. Yeah, it sounds mighty.
Yeah, we're going into the Marshall Studio JTM head back here. We've got it dialed in pretty clean, so we're going to rock out to begin with this Maxon Overdrive Pro. So Ric will play something kind of at full volume, and then we're going to work the volume control to see what kind of dynamics we get.
Yep.
So this Maxon OD820 was an overdrive I used for many years. It's kind of like a vintage overdrive pedal. Yeah. Still one of the best. We've got everything set up at 12 o'clock, and if any of the pedals aren't quite as loud or whatever, we'll just crank the volume to match them.
Why not?
So this is Ric's clean tone. All right.
Wow, that's ballsy. We'll just turn down the volume a bit, see what sort of... Okay, just put it across to the neck. Just down again. Yeah, man, that's creamy as.
Yeah, this was my main overdrive for such a long time, and it feels great to play.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, good match
it feels great on the fingers, definitely.
Over to the Stages dynamic drive. This is a really versatile pedal. It gives us 3 different gain stages and a high-pass filter you can notch in different sections. It's pretty cool. But we're going to use the middle gain stage because most of these are kind of around that sort of gain structure. And everything is at 12 o'clock.
Beautiful. Here we go. Beast. Just turn down a bit. Man, that's pretty cool. Neck pickup. It's got that real chirpy attack.
Gives you that high frequency sound that also has a bit of size to it.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
It feels big in the room. So
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah.
Man, that feels really amp-like under the fingers. It's great.
Beautiful.
Yep.
All right, over to a Marshall in a box. This is the PAL 800 Gold Overdrive version 4 from PedalPalFX. This is arguably the best Marshall in a box you can buy, or at least one of the best I've ever tried.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know you gig with one of these, right? You've got
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
prior
Yeah,
one.
the one before. And,
Yeah.
it's like a Marshall except it doesn't break down. Oh, sorry.
We're going into a Marshall with a Marshall in a box, so this should be fun. The toggle switch is in the up position. It's on the 34 mod here.
Wow! That's on the verge of exploding. That's the volume on 6. Bonkers. Let's go to the neck. Down. That is like a Marshall.
I mean, yeah, I know this has more gain than the rest at the same sort of setting, but
Yeah.
that thing sounds great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely rocks. All right, up next we've got the Warm Audio Oddbox, which is basically a full-tone OCD with a different sort of logo on the front.
Yeah.
But we're using the UK setting, which will give the pedal a little bit more chime, and this is kind of like gives you a very ampish kind of response.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
that's how it's designed anyway.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Give it a crack. Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? Over to the neck. Wow.
Yeah, some people call these a bit too bright, but I reckon with humbuckers,
Sounds great. You
Yeah.
need that sort of brightness to cut through, especially on the neck, down, volume down. Feels great under the fingers again. No, that's something special.
up next is the STElectronix Boostache, which is kind of like an overdrive and treble booster in one. I think we'll just probably go on the overdrive side with this one.
Yep.
This is with everything at 12 o'clock. So, yeah, great sounding, sort of semi-vintage sounding overdrive, but with more tops.
Yeah, absolutely.
Different.
Give it a crack. Woo! Okay, volume down. Neck pickup on 10. That's great. Volume down.
I was going to say, I used to use this all the time on my pedal board. I just want you to try the booster real quick as well. So this is the same settings, but with the treble booster on. This is one of the most underrated pedals I reckon you can find, the Boostache. It's pretty wild.
Oh, that's great.
All right, over to the Warm Audio Centavo, being that neither of us have a real Klon Centaur anymore.
Yeah, but I got a tube screamer for mine, so don't worry, I didn't get ripped off much.
Oh, that's the greatest story ever told.
Yeah, move over, Holy Bible. This is the greatest story ever told.
That's it. Didn't you swap a Marshall for a PV Bandit? No, he didn't do that. He wouldn't be that silly. All right, so this is with everything basically at, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, let's do it. Wow. Right, neck pickup. Wow, that's high cholesterol, that is. Mate, you can see why they're on pro boards all over the world. There's something about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it feels like the thumb being pushed hard between your eyes, but in a good way. And I can imagine it just cutting through the mix so well. That is a great version of the Klon. Reminds me of mine.
All right, up next is the DeltaLab TO1 Tube Overdrive pedal. I got this many years ago at Guitar Center in San Francisco, around 2010 or something like that. So this is a $39 Overdrive, and we just tested this quickly, and it's not quite as loud as the rest, so we've kind of bumped everything up to about 2 o'clock on this one, just to keep things fair. Just in terms of volume output, at least, anyway.
Sure. Collector's item, folks, so just put your
They don't
bids
make
in.
these anymore. I don't know why. All right. That sounds pretty wild.
That's pretty wild, isn't it? What were they thinking? All right, neck pickup. Mid-hump heaven, that is.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Definitely not as bright as the others to my ear. Even though the treble's or the tone control's slightly higher than what we've had it on the rest of them, just to keep things kind of even. But yeah, that classic sort of vintage overdrive sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but for $39,
Can't go. Well,
Yeah.
they were back then, folks.
yeah, now they're probably 150.
No.
Feel how heavy this is.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, I know. You compare that to like
Must be the enclosure, I reckon.
yeah, the plastic Behringer ones that are really light and they
Yeah.
feel kind of cheap. This feels like a good pedal, minus the fact that over the years the rubber
Oh yeah.
started to like sweat or something
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
It's like kind of weird.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, what's
That's
next?
cool.
Up next is the Royal Flush Dual Overdrive pedal. This is my favourite pedal of the last 2 years. I've still got one on my pedal board. They're just awesome. We're on the higher gain channel with everything set to 12 o'clock. Then we might just kick on quickly the left-hand side, but this is how that sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, how the top end is killing
It's
it.
crazy,
It sounds
isn't
good.
it? It's really good. We'll just turn it down a bit for the rhythm tone. It's a great rhythm sound. Let's just put it across the neck on full. Far
Yeah.
out. See why it's been on your board for so long.
I love this. It's dynamic.
Yeah, so responds so well.
That's right. I was going to say you can dial in way more gain than that too, but let's just, if you can, just maybe switch back to bridge and we'll crank on both sides here.
Wow.
Yeah, that top end stays there.
It's crazy,
It's
isn't it?
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
pretty
really
cool.
articulate.
Up next is the Dazatronyx Professional Drive, which is made in Melbourne, Australia. So
Yeah,
where
it's
we're
great.
from.
Absolutely, local builder. Basically, it's a modded tube screamer. So we're actually using it on the modded side. So it's just probably a bit less mid hump, a bit more bottom end in it. But mate, it sounds great, and Dara makes some great gear.
Cool.
So bridge pickup on 10.
Well, that could almost be my favourite on
Pretty
that
well,
bridge
isn't it?
pickup.
Yeah. Okay, on the neck pickup. back the volume a bit.
What that mod switch is doing to the sound, but it's got a really aggressive sound, which I kind of dig.
Yeah, absolutely. And responsive. Could be the little surprise packet of this shootout.
I haven't actually heard this pedal for years. I'm really impressed.
Yeah,
Far
absolutely.
out.
Yeah.
All right, up next is the Colosseum from Cornerstone. This was recently sent out to the channel, so thanks to the guys for that. We'll do a video coming up on this in the near future, but we just wanted to showcase the right-hand side of this.
Yeah, which is the blues breaker side, and it's Emilio's own interpretation of a blues breaker, which has just been reissued by Marshall. And it addresses the age-old problems with the old blues breakers where the output was so low you had to have the output cranked. This one, we've just got a 12 o'clock and it's walloping the front end of the amp. There's also no clipping diodes in it. So I don't actually know what that means, but apparently it makes it respond more like an amp. So yeah, we'll give it a crack and see how it goes.
This also has the clean potentiometer set right in the center as well on that channel.
Yep.
Just brings in, I guess, some note attack,
Yeah,
basically.
absolutely. Yeah.
There we go.
So blues breaker. Woo! That is a blues breaker and a half.
Full range as it gets.
Isn't it?
It's got the lows and got great top end too.
Yeah. Really vocal.
Yeah.
Okay, over the neck. Wow, it's creamy as, isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Yep, that's pretty blues breakerish.
Yep. Up next is the Overdrive / distortion pedal. I guess you've been using more than just about anything recently.
Yeah.
This is the Kernom Ridge. So yeah, this can pretty much do any kind of sound. So maybe 12 o'clock isn't the most ideal thing for this, but yeah, it still sounds great even with everything at 12 o'clock. But you can get any type of clipping stage out of this, from like a boost kind of sound with less gain all the way through to like a distortion, basically. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it covers all the bases from
Yeah.
clean boost to Klon to TS style to distortion. So this is, I've set it up similar to what most of the other pedals, that sort of common sonic ground that they're on. So let's give it a go. down to 6. Next pickup. Down. Yeah, so it's got digital control, but it's an analog tone generator. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty dynamic. I think that might clean up almost better than most of them at lower volumes.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty
It's
wild.
pretty. Quite dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. And just one riff, we'll just turn the clipping up to a different kind of sound. So this
Yeah.
is more of a like a distortion kind of sound now. All right, we're going to do a quick recap here about all these pedals. So let us know if you think one sounded way better than the other and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to talk about our experience sitting here in the room, sweating big time.
It's huge, mate. But
You could probably
this is
stick
like
the
a gig,
pick.
man.
Can you stick the pick there?
Easy.
There it is. All right, so in terms of versatility, I'd say the win would most likely go to the Kernom. What do you reckon?
Well, look, yeah, possibly, and just in terms of all the different characters of Overdrive you can get out of
Yep.
it really is meant to be the sort of the chameleon amongst the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, to be completely honest, probably, and no offense, old technology, probably this beast would be the only one that I would struggle to sort of gig with.
Yep.
But the rest of them,
Is it because it's cheap?
if anyone saw me, my reputation as a total gear snob would be in tatters. So yeah, look, it just didn't do what the others do.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you're right.
yeah, there's a certain break-even point where you do get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But everything else, just to me, felt really great under the fingers and really dynamic. Yep.
What was some of the standouts for you? Just, I know you haven't played some of these. You might have seen some of the videos, or you've owned the originals of the,
Yeah.
the Klon. What were some that really stood out to you in terms of feel?
Yeah, look, to tell you the truth, probably all these here on the
Yep.
top row, and I'd move that one up there too.
Mm-hmm.
They just had this sort of this chirpy, lovely sound.
Yep.
Especially when you turn down. I think they really did respond really well to picking dynamics and the volume controls and that sort of thing. They all sounded musical, and they all sounded great running into the Marshall as well. So yeah, I know that's that's half of them. Gosh, yeah, I think probably. Oh gosh, if I had to choose, probably these three.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the musical
Yep.
response of them and their dynamic response. I really did enjoy that. The Boostache, I think, with the added treble booster, that's something a bit special.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's so under the radar, that pedal. It's great.
It is. It
I mean,
is.
I love the Royal Flash because no matter how much drive you throw on, it's going to give you still nice clarity.
Yeah.
But I reckon the PAL 800 was, like, just with its typical where the gain was set was like it felt like its sweet spot. It just went.
Yeah.
It had all the low and mid frequencies there. Lots of great tops and a lot of attitude. But yeah, I agree. I think most of this top row was good. I actually really enjoyed the Dazatronyx professional drive.
Yeah.
Just as a listener in the room, I liked its sort of gnarliness. It had a bit more attitude than, your Overdrive Pro, which is more of your traditional kind of vintage Overdrive pedal. So you can get, great tones out of this too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And look, I was playing just ridiculous rock and roll. So, in a blues thing, absolutely. These things, and the Colosseum as well, the Blues Breaker, they're a bit more of a polite thing, whereas these things are all capable of absolutely tearing your face off.
And they can do more than that too. Like while we had, the gains at 12, you can back it off and get them to clean up. I think, one pedal I really loved showcasing this year was the stages, because 3 clipping options and the high pass filter, you can almost do anything with this as well. It's all analog as well, so it's feel how cool this is.
Yeah, far out.
It's got that sparkle asphalt sort of thing going on. It's pretty cool.
It's like Russian military grade. Oh hell.
Yeah, but you can get great tones out of most of these pedals. We just thought we'd take a selection of them out of the cupboard here and give them a rip. And I pretty much agree. I think the winners were sort of along the top row here.
Yeah.
But for me, I would almost put the Dazatronyx in there
absolutely.
as well. I think that was pretty great.
Yeah, there's no junk on this table.
No.
This thing again, we need to ask of it what it was designed to do, which is basically like a classic old TS style tube screamer mid hump, and they never did respond all that well to volume changes. They just were designed to push a really driven amp over the edge, and so I think. Yeah, whereas these things, the modern pedals are built with so much more headroom as well. They really smash the front of the amp hard, and I think that just with the circuit designs, they just breathe a lot more, and they just really respond well.
And just remember, if any of these sounded like too bright or not bright enough, they all have tone controls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
lots of tone options.
Set them up straight, and that's what you get. So let us know what you think. Let us know which one you like best. And if you want to check out the reviews on any of these, I'll link to a playlist down in the cards, or up in the cards, or down in the description. You can kind of check out, which one caught your ear. But thanks for doing this, man.
Oh, no worries. Absolute pleasure. As I said, there's no junk here. They're great, and your tone is definitely in any of these pedals.
We've got to get a cold drink and a towel for you, mate. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you soon.
Cheers.